Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Speed Sport booth 4339 on day 2 of the PRI trade show. I'm Mike Kirshner. I'm here this morning with promoter, race car driver Davey Hamilton Jr. Let's start, Davey, with your race, the Open Wheel Showdown held a couple weeks ago at the Bull Ring at Las Vegas. Turned out really well this year. Are you pleased with the way it went?
Yeah, it's cool to see how much it's grown in just 2 years. I think everybody kind of knows by now. It started off as an idea on paper 5+ years ago, and it's cool that now it's become such an iconic event that everybody wants to come home with the big money, but also have this trophy in their house or shop or whatever. I mean, I'm hoping I could win it one of these days. As a promoter, I could probably just buy one, but I want to win it properly.
Tell us about this trophy. What's the story behind it?
Yeah, so obviously it's a collaboration between Max Pappas and their steering wheel company that they kind of helped create and design this. And when we first started talking about it in 2023, the whole goal and vision was, back in the day when you won the Copper World Classic, you got these iconic bronze trophies that my dad has multiple just sitting in his closet. That it's something that you always want to win. And so what I'm doing and what I'm trying to create is that for years to come, if you have one of these trophies, you beat the best in the country or in the world at this race. So I think we created something special for Vegas. It has the Vegas theme, obviously, but this design is not going to go away. I want to keep this design for years to come.
What is it that makes the Open Wheel Showdown unique?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's the biggest short track pavement event in the country for open wheel racing, and I think it's the reason why it is so unique is it's bringing all the open wheel classes together like Copper World did, back in the day, and it's obviously the purse is great, but getting everybody to come out, and now we're getting over 130 plus entries for this event is just it's huge, and plus, Vegas, you can't beat the location. It's a fun time. It's a vacation for everybody, and it's helping. That race is helping build our whole sport as a whole throughout the whole year because now everybody wants to get their stuff ready for Vegas.
What's the next step in growing that event?
Yeah, I think I just got to be consistent, right? I don't want to take any steps back. I don't want to cut the purse by any means. I got to keep it strong, keep it going forward. Learning how I could help with the back end of the purse and also helping like the guys that don't make it. I mean, we have a C main for the sprint cars, and next year we might even have a D main. And my goal is to kind of make it like the Knoxville Nationals format where no matter what race you're in, you're kind of going home with money. So I think the more that I help the back end of the classes, the better that the event will be. But so far it's so good. I mean, it's I don't know how much more we could grow it, but it's definitely becoming an iconic event, and it's cool to see it come to life.
What's next for Davey Hamilton Jr., the race car driver?
Race car driver, yeah. So as I don't have enough on my plate already, but obviously my goal is to get to IndyCar one of these days, and I have a lot of partners involved, like Bit Nile and Ask ROI and Tim and John and Todd and everybody that's involved with them. They do a lot for me, and I, along with Kirk Morgan, I wouldn't be racing without him either. But, my goal is to get to IndyCar one day, at least once. I at least want to do the Indy 500 at least one time. I could retire after that happily. But right now, my goal is to get to Indy next year. I'd like to be in a car, whether it's the full season or just the oval races for 2025. And I'm working hard to make it happen. I haven't really focused on any other racing besides that for next year. But I know worst case scenario, I'll still be in sprint cars, Silver Crown stuff, and but ideally I'd be in Indy next.
How difficult is the transition to one of those cars from the sprint cars, Silver Crown cars that you normally drive?
Yeah, it's so different. I mean, I've fortunately I've been able to be in a couple of Indy Next races in my career so far, and it's not easy. It's not an easy transition by any means, and I mean, Taylor Ferns, she's a sprint car driver, and she struggled this year. There's no question about it. And even a guy like me getting in there, it's going to be a struggle, but it's a process, and it's something that you need to be consistent with for kind of a couple years to be good and good and competitive. But I showed speed when I ran. It didn't all come together, but it's. I think if I have some good partners behind me that know it's a multi-year plan, it may not be so great in year one, but we'll see what we can do.
All right, I'm Mike Kirshner at the Speed Sport booth with Davey Hamilton Jr. Thank you for joining us.